So after she's been ran through, you meet her. You don't know her past. Thank you, Lord, for these podcasts these women are telling on themselves. Woo. But you meet her and you think, because she presents and she's cute and she knows how to play up. Of course, if you have any conversation, I mean, you already know. But let's just say you meet her, you have no idea because she looks a certain way. She looks innocent. She looks like a good girl. She looks like a nice girl. And she's a bust down. A straight up bust down. A throat goat. Throat baby. Double pin. Okay.
You don't see that at body count.
No, because if she's picked to be with you after all these guys, isn't that special because she picked you? That's how I view it. It's like she picked that person. She went through 100 and didn't like any of them as much as she likes the last one.
Do you understand why guys would have a problem with a woman with a high body count, though? Do you understand the logic behind it?
I think it's insecurity.
Person is concerned how others perceive them, and if they're wrong or they felt like they're not meeting whatever expectations, tend to use shaming tactics.
That's where it comes from. I think it's insecurity. That's where it comes from.
Explain.
Like, do they really want to have a woman that is just a virgin? Because she's not going to be good and she's going to have no experience.
They don't need you to be good, though.
That's so boring. Isn't that
It's
boring?
not boring.
That's so boring.
I'll tell you what,
That's
it's not
so
boring.
like, it just sounds transactional to me. It just sounds so boring. I don't know.
That's very strange, too.
Yeah.
It sounds transactional for a virgin.
I like you because
to be
you
with a man
haven't
who
been
has
with anyone.
experience.
It's like you haven't been with anyone. That's why I like you. I think that's crazy. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me at all.
You need help.
Why?
Well, you can understand, first of all, if they're religious, that comes from a different place, right? So
Yeah,
if that's
of course, yeah.
Okay. So guys that are alpha guys that are, want to be, head of household and consider themselves leaders and want to, provide for their women, and they don't find it unattractive that a woman would have inexperience because they feel like, what's going to make that experience in the bedroom so powerful is not that she can bounce off the walls or knows all these tricks or knows all these sexual things and look, she's doing something like out of a that's not what's appealing to them. What's appealing is that she's really excited to be there for him. She's present. She's loyal. She's committed. And he doesn't need her to be an acrobat. He just needs her to be loyal. So that's where they're coming from. The sexual promiscuity actually is a turnoff because then that means if she's doing all this stuff, she got a lot of practice with all these other guys. That's not special to me anymore. That's somebody who's more likely to cheat or stray.
Are we talking about sex or dating?
Okay, this is how you know somebody's been for the streets. She doesn't even see the value of keeping your legs closed. She does not even see why would a man not want the great whore of Babylon to wife. Why wouldn't he want street puss?
Oh! I knew you. Damn it to hell, I knew your face was familiar to me. Man, back in the day, your wife just the meanest. Well, I know you're a lucky man. That's my hoe my wife you talking about. Now I remember. I even remember your name. They should call you Jawbone. Wow.
Excuse my language, but we're talking about the subject. Sorry, class. Sorry, kids. See, okay, this is why she doesn't understand. So this is a woman who is, from what she's saying, I do not know her. This is not a personal attack. We're going on the words coming out of her mouth. When a woman says something like this means she lives in that skeet and skirt life, the Netflix and chill, the F-boy, hot girl summer. She has ridden the CC many times. How do we know that, class? How? She's so used up by these streets. The only men she can attract are men who want a harlot. When men go to a harlot, they want a woman who's experienced. They're not looking for more. They don't want some inexperienced, wifely woman. They want a woman that knows how to take it to the back of the throat.
They should call you Jawbone. Wow.
And from the windows to the walls, down them wall. And so she's never even experienced a man trying to wife her. Who would? So to her, it's like a place. She's high up here above these virgin or inexperienced, low body count women because all these men want her. But see, a woman like this does not understand the difference between sexual attention and relationship intentions. But let's be honest, she doesn't want a relationship. But then when Jedediah tried to explain to her what men want, she then acts like she doesn't know we're talking about sex. Are we talking about sleeping with or dating?
Probably dating, right?
Probably. I mean, you never know. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me.
You don't see
Why you
that at
would wanna
body
do
count.
that? No, because if she's picked to be with you after all these guys, isn't that special because she picked you instead of all these other guys? That's how I view it. It's like she picked that person.
Would you rather date a partner that had a promiscuous past or was a virgin?
I would say a promiscuous.
So you want a guy who knows how to blow your back out then?
Yes.
How about you?
Me?
Yeah.
I honestly don't care. I'm confident in what I got, what I bring to the table.
It could be either or. She could have been a hoe in the past or she could have been a virgin.
I know that I'm gonna beat out the other guys. The reason that
Well, I'm just asking, what would your preference be?
no, my preference. I don't have a preference. The reason I don't have a preference is because like I know what I bring to the table. There's a reason that those people didn't stay in her life. There's a reason I'm in her life. Okay. So if I bring to the table what
This fool really thinks he's the man because he can satisfy a whore. Out of all things that I would champion myself on, it wouldn't be that. This guy,
it's amazing. Beta!
Let's say that she's a hoe. Do you think that if she's been with 100 men, you being man 101 is gonna be different than those other 100?
Yes.
this guy's ego is off the charts. He's definitely delusional. Where do they make these dudes? Who raises them? Where do these dudes come from? I bet you a lot of women are clapping hands at his white knight answer, but most dudes are cringing right now at his answers, man.
She went through 100 and
Yeah.
didn't like any of them as much as she likes the last one. And then she has all these experiences and is probably really great in bed.
Well, they'll say no because there was something wrong with her judgment that she allowed herself to be that open and that intimate with so many guys. She couldn't have been in love with 100. If you're using 100 is a big number, right? So
Yeah,
let's
say 10 people.
Yeah.
That's more normal, maybe.
I think the challenge is, and you know, the conversation always goes when I have this conversation with Destiny too, like virgin or somebody who slept with like 100 people. Those are two extreme cases, right? Do I think that most guys would take a virgin gladly over somebody who had slept with 100 people? 100%. 100%. But do I think, you know, they're going to be opposed to a woman who's slept with a few guys that she had relationships with, where she did pair sex with emotion, where she was having something real? No, I think that's totally okay. I think the challenge is that they worry that if you're able to disconnect sex from emotion, you're more likely to then cheat in a relationship. You're more likely the second you hit a roadblock to be somebody who can go cheat because you're wired that way. You're capable of just sex is sex.
Yep.
If you're a virgin or somebody who's had sex with two guys and both of them you've been madly in love with, you don't even know a world outside of sex paired with love. There's a lot of safety and security that a man gets from that. If that girl gets to 21, 22, 23, particularly now given like what the college experience looks like and she's still a virgin, that is a girl who you're going to feel really comfortable going to work. And if she does have a dynamic with somebody that maybe there's some chemistry, she's going to guard her body so heavily and treat that so well because that's how it works, right? That's it would be like a huge contrast between imagine a woman who went through college, went through, you know, the hookups culture scene, was out with her friends who were doing that and didn't do it because she couldn't physically, like that just wasn't something she could do. She didn't feel like casual sex was in her DNA.
From what she's saying, I do not know her. This is not a personal attack. We're going on the words coming out of her mouth. You see how she's playing this Bambi innocence? And see, a lot of people will look at a girl like this, a woman, grown woman, cosplaying as a young girl with the bow. Stop the cap. That throat is not young, okay? Them walls are not young and innocent. Put a scarlet letter on that head. These are her lived experiences. So she's trying to convince people having over 100 body count makes you more valuable because you've already had so much D. You're not really tempted by a new D anymore. No, that's a learned behavior.